Hello students, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I am going to explain 10th class physics electricity concept. So in the last class I explained about basic electric current and potential difference, right? So today in this class I am going to explain Ohm's law, resistance. Okay, so let us talk about Ohm's law. So before going to talk about Ohm's law, in the last class I said that the current flow from negative terminal to positive terminal, right? That means the direction of current will be in the negative to positive. That only. Then everyone will get out that in your textbook it was given that the flow of current is opposite to flow of electron, right? So but madam said the current flows towards the electrons move. So how it is possible? Actually, the current will flow from negative terminal to positive terminal only, because the electrons move from negative terminal to positive terminals, right? So when electrons move from negative to positive terminal, then current also flow from negative to positive. But before so many years ago, one more big scientist, he discovered that current generates due to protons, due to positive charge, he said. So positive terminal, here it was there. So the current flows towards the positive charge. That means the current flow in this direction. Okay. So after so many research, it was proved that the current flow from negative terminal to positive terminal. But conventionally they not change the direction of flow of current. To respect his word, his statement, and to give a honor to him, they not change the direction of flow of current. But it was proved as it will move in this direction. But to respect him, they not change the direction of current. Okay, so in your textbook what it was given? The flow of current is opposite to flow of electrons, right? So you have to remember this point. Go to Ohm's law concept. Here Ohm's law is nothing but relation between potential difference and current. Okay, Ohm's law totally depends on relation between potential difference and current. Let us draw a circuit here. So how it relate to potential difference and current? Let us see. So here you know the circuit. I drawn a circuit and it was called as battery, and in the last class we discussed that electrons flows from negative terminal to positive terminal and direction is opposite to it. So everyone know that battery is nothing but the energy which was created and pushed the electrons. So in last class we discussed about potential difference, right? So due to potential difference in battery, the electrons will get more force and it will jump from one point to another point. So by this you understand that if potential difference was more, if voltage was more, the flow of current was also more. If more force was given, the electrons will flow more fastly. Understanding my point? If the electrons move faster, what will happen? The current also generate very faster. That means if voltage increase, then current is also increase, right only. So because if the force was given to electron more, if the pressure was more, then what will happen? Electrons will move faster. If electron will move faster, it generates more current. So by this you all understood that the potential difference is directly proportional to current. So what does the mean of directly proportional? If voltage increases, the current also increases. If voltage decreases, the current also decreases. That only no directly proportional means. So by this you got voltage is directly proportional to current. Okay, so now I have to take out this proportionality. Then what you will write here? V equal to R into I. So R means what here? Resistance. R means what here? Resistance or proportionality constant. R means what here? Resistance or proportionality constant. Okay, so you can write this one in, if you send I to left side, that means V by I equal to R. If they ask to find resistance, V by I equal to R, right? So what is the mean of resistance here? Actual mean of resistance. The meaning of resistance is nothing but opposes the flow of current. So, for example, when electrons move in a wire, in the wire it contains lot of atoms, right? It contains lot of atoms and some impurities. In the wire there will be some impurities. Okay, when electron is moving, when they collide with the atoms, what will happen? The speed of electron will decreases, right? So the speed of electron decreases means what will happen? The current also decreases. So when you are going on your scooty to somewhere with some high speed, okay, suddenly on the road, on the way of your road, speed breakers came. What will happen? Your speed will gradually decreases, right? So the same way when electrons are moving, so suddenly if any atom or any impurities came in the path, then they collide to that, automatically the speed of electron will, what will happen? Decreases, right? So when the speed decreases, what will happen? The flow of current also decreases. So resistance, what it was doing? It is opposing the flow of current. Okay. So observe here, resistance is inversely proportional to current. See here I in the denominator, that means resistance is inversely proportional to current. Okay, inversely proportional means how you will write in the fraction, right? So by this what you understood? If resistance increases, current decreases. If resistance decreases, current increases. That only we talk, no? In the circuit, if disturbances will more, if many impurities are came in the path of electrons, they will collide each other. Slowly speed will become gradually decreases. That means current will decreases. If there is no disturbances in the wire, the electrons will flow freely. When the electrons flow freely, it will move faster and it generates current. So by this you understood that, right? Resistance increases, current decreases. Resistance decreases, current increases, right? So by this you understood that resistance is constant. In your textbook you have one activity. With the help of that activity you can easily understand how resistance is constant. Okay, let us go to the topic. So here I drawn one circuit and I added here one nichrome wire. In the place of bulb I added here nichrome wire. So nichrome wire means what? It is the combination of nickel, chromium and iron alloys. Okay, so with these three metals it was created. So nichrome wire have more resistance. There will be in this wire there are more disturbances so that electrons can't move easily from this point to this point. Okay, so here I connected one more. So I have to find here voltage. So I connected here voltmeter to the circuit, right? So see here, when I connected the nichrome wire, through nichrome wire the electrons will flow very slowly, because in this wire there are many impurities. So let us calculate here. For example, in case 1, the current will be 0.1 and the voltage given 0.25. Okay, in the case 1, I calculated in ammeter that the current given was 0.1. In the voltmeter the reading what was came 0.25. Okay, then what is the resistance here? R equal to 0 V by I, right? So 0.25 by 0.1, that means 25 by 10. Okay, that means 2.5. So now let us take case 2. Okay, let us take case 2. In case 2, the current was increased to 0.2. For in case 1, 0.1, it was increased to 0.2 and voltage also increased to 0.5. Now what is the resistance? Again R equal to V by I, 0.5 by 0.2. How much you will get? 5 by 2, 2.5 ohms. Okay. Next, again in case 3, again the current was changes to 0.3 and voltage is 0.75. So here again R equal to V by I, that means 0.75 by 0.3. If you cancel this, again you will get 2.5 ohms. So you observe here the current was changing in 3 cases. Here voltage was changing in the 3 cases, but the resistance remain same. So by this you can understand that the resistance is constant. So by this you can understand that resistance is constant, right? So let us write here proper definition to resistance. Resistance is a measure of the opposite flow of current in electric circuit. Okay, so what is the unit of resistance? Unit of resistance is ohms. Understood? So in this symbol you will write. So the unit of resistance is ohms. So with this symbol you will denote. Next, let us go to the Ohm's law. Let us write Ohm's law definition properly. The potential difference across the ends of metal wire is directly proportional to flow of current in circuit provided temperature remains constant. So this is the most important point. Provided temperature remains constant. See the potential difference across the ends of a metal wire is directly proportional to the flow of current in a circuit, as we said before. So it also what should have? Temperature should remain constant. If the temperature changes gradually, the voltage and current will also changes. Okay, if temperature remains constant, then only the potential difference across the ends of wire will be directly proportional to current. If temperature changes, it will not directly proportional to flow of current. Understood? So V equal to I into R. This is the formula of Ohm's law. Okay. So before activity I explained, right? From that one graph, let us draw that. Let's take x-axis has I and y-axis has V. So I took point here 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 and so on. And here 0.2, 0.25, 0.3, 0.35, 0.4 and 0.45. If you took like this, that with the help of activity, keep the points here. First point what? Current 0.1, voltage 0.25. So with the help of activity, keep the point and join the line. Then how you will get resistance will remain constant. Then how you will calculate the resistance here? Y by x. Resistance is nothing but slope of graph. Okay. Slope of graph at one point, at any point. If you ask at this point, y by x. At this point, y by x. So at this point means what? 0.25 by 0.1. That means 2.5 at this point resistance. So if you calculate like that, the resistance will remain constant. So graph came like this. Understood? So next let's go to the problems. So next, how much current will an electric bulb drawn from a 220 volt if the resistance of bulb is 1200 ohms? So here asking how much current will be drawn means I equal to question mark. You have to find out I. Okay. So voltage how much here? V equal to 220 volt. Right. So here resistance how much given? R equal to 1200 ohms. Okay, so we know that V equal to I into R. So you have to find out what value? I. So I sent R to left side. Then what you will get? V by R equal to I. That means I equal to V by R. So V means how much? 220 volt. By resistance how much here? 1200 ohms. So here 0 0 cancel. In 12 120 how many times it will go? 0.18 amperes. Here you should not forget units. Okay, current unit what? Ampere. So I wrote ampere. Okay, next question. So next, potential difference between terminals of electric heater is 60 volt. So here V equal to how much? 60 volt. When it draws 4 ampere, that means current how much? 4 ampere from a source. Then what current will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt? For example, V1 equal to 60 volt, I1 equal to 4 ampere. Then if voltage increases V1 to V2, that how much? 120 volt. Then what is the current he was asking? Okay. So for finding the current, you know formula what? V equal to I into R. Right. So for getting I, you have to send R this side. Then what you will get? I equal to V by R. Right. So here you know V value, but you have to know here resistance. And before concept I said that resistance will remain constant, right? So here volt is 60 volt, current is 4 ampere, means from here you can find resistance value. So resistance will remain constant here also, so you can use that resistance value here, right? So let us find out. R equal to V by I. V how much? 60. I how much? 4. So 1, 4, 15. 15 ohms is the resistance. So you can use this resistance value here. So I equal to V2 by R. So V2 how much? 120 volt by R how much you got? 15. Okay, so how much the answer will come? So 5 3 times 5 4 3 8 times. So 8 volt. How much current? 8 volt. Next, if when 12 volt battery is connected to a resistor, there is current of 2.5 meter amperes. Then find resistance of a resistor. That means what he gave here? V equal to 12 volts. Okay. So current how much he gave? 2.5 meter ampere. So 2.5 meter ampere, if you convert into ampere, 10 power minus 3 amperes. Got it? So what he gave here to find? R. So R equal to V by I. That means 12 by 2.5 into 10 power minus 3 amperes. Okay. So 12 by 2.5 means 4.8. If 10 power minus 3 came to numerator, 10 power 3. Resistance unit what? Ohms. 4.8 into 10 cube ohms. Okay, next. So let us discuss more about resistance. Okay, that resistance is nothing but opposes the flow of electrons in a circuit, right? So resistance depends on something. What are they? Resistance depends on length. Okay, if the length was more and here length was less, if length was more, there will be more disturbances takes place when electrons flow. If length was small, then easily the electron will come out, right? And there will be less disturbances. That means the resistance depends directly on length. So resistance is directly proportional to length. As the length increases, more disturbances will create in the wire, so more resistance will increases. As the length decreases, the resistance will less, so the current can flow easily. Understood? So resistance is directly proportional to length. Next, resistance is inversely proportional to area of cross section. Okay, that means the resistance depends on area. How it depends? Inversely proportional. That means how you will write? 1 by A. Inversely proportional means what? As area increases, resistance decreases. As area decreases, resistance increases. For example, if you take the metal wire, so it has more area. Okay, more area of cross section. I took another wire, it has less area of cross section. If there is more area of cross section, then electrons can easily come, right? Because there are lot of free of space inside. If there are atom also present, but lot of space also there, easily the object can move. No collision will take place here. But here, due to less area, the electrons can't move fastly and they will collide each other. So as the area increases, resistance will decreases. As the area decreases, resistance will increases. Understood? So it is inversely proportional to area of cross section, and it also depends on nature of material. So resistance also depends on the nature of material. So the resistance will more in insulators. Insulators means what? In insulators the electrons will not flow. Okay, that means the current will not generate. Okay, so resistance will be less in insulator. Resistance is R is more, so electrons will not flow, more disturbance is there. Electrons will flow in conductor. That means in conductors resistance is less, so flow of current will be there. So electrons will flow fastly in conductor. So it totally the resistance depend on nature of materials. Okay, so from first and second equation, what you can write? R is proportional to L by A. You can write like this, right? So R equal to, when you take out proportionality, you have to add here one constant. So that constant is nothing but resistivity, rho. You call this as rho. So rho is nothing but resistivity. So what does the mean of here resistivity? Everyone got doubt, right? Let us discuss. So what property of material which is defined as resistance of material in particular dimension. That means the resistivity totally depends on the property of materials. Okay, so if you take one copper wire, its length was small and its length was more. Okay, so resistivity of these two metals are same only, because this is copper wire, this is also copper wire. So resistivity of these two are same, but the resistance changes, right? Resistance depends on length, right? So as length increases, resistance increase. As length decreases, resistance decrease. That means resistance changes. So these two are copper metals, copper wires, but the length matters here for resistance, but for resistivity it does not depend on length, it depends on material. If both materials are same, you will have same resistivity. Next book you have some list of resistivity power, right? So every metals or every object through or every conductor, there will be different resistivity power. Like before you discuss about nichrome wire. So in the nichrome wire, the electrons will not flow faster due to more disturbances. But in the copper wire, the electrons will flow faster. Like that means here the disturbances create less. Here the disturbances will create more. Like that, different conductors there will be less disturbances, more disturbances. Like that, resistive power was there for every metals. Okay, here some list of your resistivity powers. Okay, so here note point what? If materials is same but different length and area, the resistivity is same but resistance is different, as I said. So next new word came here, what? Resistors. Actually, what are the resistors here? What are the resistors means? For example, in the circuit, I connect one resistor and I kept a bulb and one battery and I on the switch. Okay, why I kept resistance? Resistance means what here it will do? It opposes the flow of current, right? So, for example, to overall home, 220 voltage was supplying to your home. Okay, so in your home there are different appliances like TV, charger points, AC, freezer. Okay, like this different points are there, but to all the plug points same voltage I was supplying and same current was supplying, right? Same current was supplied to TV, charger, AC because of same voltage, right? But here in your home some appliances need more current like AC, fridge. Okay, they'll need more current, but the charger point, the TV will want less current, but here you are sending more current. Okay, then what you have to do? You have to control it. How you can control that? By putting some resistors. Example, there was a highway. Okay, you are moving in your vehicle with high speed. Okay, suddenly there came one speed breaker. What will happen to your speed? Your speed gradually decreases. So that means some disturbances created by speed breaker to your speed, right? The same way, when there is no control of flow of electrons here, flow of current here, has AC need more current. The same current if they send to charger, the charger point will blast. The charger point will blast, right? So that much current no need of sending to charger point. Then you have to decrease the flow of current. To decrease the flow of current, you have to add here resistors. When the resistors are added here, the flow of current speed will gradually decreases and it reaches to bulb. Where no need of too much of current, there you have to add resistors. Understood what does the resistors means? Okay. So next, variable resistance. Variable resistance means what here? It controls the flow of current without changing the voltage. So here variable resistance means what? It controls the flow of current without changing the voltage. It will not change the voltage, but it can control the current. So how it can control the current? By adding resistors, I said, right? So in example of variable resistance is rheostat. Okay, rheostat is one of the example of variable resistance. So rheostat means resistance only, but rheostat can control the flow of current. It can decrease, it can increase also. So this is a device. It is a device which control the flow of current. Okay, so it is a device which controls the flow of current. Understood? So by adding rheostat, if you want more current to flow, what you will do? You will decrease the resistance. If you want less current to some things, then what you will do? You can increase the resistance. So this device is helpful to increase or decrease the resistance. Understood? So before you learned what? Rho R equal to rho into L by A. Here if you want resistivity formula, if you want resistivity, then what you have to do, send A by L to left side. So what you will get, RA by L equal to resistivity. That means if we ask particular material resistivity, then what you have to use, rho equal to RA by L. So what is the unit for this? For resistance, what is the unit? Ohms. For area, what is the unit? Meter square. By, for length, what is the unit? Meter. Meter square cancel. Ohm meter. Ohm meter is the unit of resistivity. Resistance unit what? Ohms. Ohm meter is what unit? Resistivity. Understood? So next let us do some problems regarding resistivity. So resistance of a metal wire of length 1 meter is 26 ohms. So L equal to how much he gave? 1 meter. Okay. 26 ohms means resistance equal to how much he gave? 26 ohms. Okay. Next. If diameter of a wire is 0.3 millimeter, diameter how much he gave? 0.3 millimeter. Okay, you have to convert 0.3 millimeter into meter. So how much? 0.3 into 10 power minus 3 meters. 3 into, if you take out the decimal, what will happen here? 10 power minus 4 meter. Right? So we know that before I said you resistivity formula, RA by L. Resistivity equal to RA by L. So here A equal to how much formula? What? Pi r square. Because area of wire means it will be in the form of circle, right? So area of circle what? Pi r square. But here you have diameter. Diameter means radius equal to half of diameter. So d by 2, I wrote d by 2 whole square. Then what you will get? Pi d square by 4. Substitute in the place of A. Okay. What you will get? Rho equal to R into pi d square by 4 by L equal to R into pi d square by 4 L. Okay. So next, so rho equal to R means what here? 26 ohms into pi means what here? 3.14. Pi value how much? 3.14 into d square how much here? 3 into 10 power minus 4 whole square by 4 into length how much? 1. So write down here 26 into 3.14 into here 3 square means 9 into 10 power minus 4 whole square means 10 power minus 8, right? So into 10 power minus 8 by 4. Okay. By solving this all part, you will get 183 into, by solving this you will get 183 into 10 power minus 8 ohms meter. So if I took 2 decimal front, if I want to keep decimal points, I took 2 decimals, then what will happen? So 10 power 2 into 10 power minus 8. That means 1.83 into 10 power minus 6 ohm meter. Okay, next sum. A copper wire has diameter how much? 0.5 millimeter. That means D equal to 0.5 millimeter equal to 0.5 into 10 power minus 3 meters. Next what he gave? Resistivity is 1.6 into 10 power minus 8 ohm meter. So resistivity equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 8 ohm meter. Okay, then what is the length of wire he was asking, and he gave resistance R equal to how much? 10 ohms. Okay, so let us take out from this formula. So rho equal to how much formula? R into A by RA by L. Okay, so what he said to find here? Length. That means you have to send length this side, send resistivity to right side. Then what you will get? L equal to RA by rho. Right? So A means again what is here? Pi r square. So pi radius means what? D by 2 whole square, because in our question it was given diameter value. So pi d square by 2. Then pi d square by 4. Okay. So substitute here A value. How much you got? Pi d square by 4 into rho. Okay. So equal to R means how much here? 10 into pi means 3.14 into D means 0.5 into 10 power minus 3 whole square by 4 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 8 ohm meter. By solving this, how much we will get here? 7.85 into 10 power minus 6. Minus 3 whole square means 10 power minus 6. By solving this, how much you will get here? 6.4 into 10 power minus 8. So again by solving this, how much you will get? 1.22 into 10 power minus 6. If 10 power minus 8 went up, how much you will get? 10 power plus 8. Okay. So answer how much here? 1.22 into 10 power minus 6, 10 power plus 8. If bases are equal, power should be added. Minus 6 plus 8, how much? 10 square. So 1.22 into 10 square meter, because he asked what value? Length value. Got it? Got it, children? Got it, student? By this the resistance concept was over. Class we will learn about what is the series connection and parallel connection. Okay, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you want more videos.